to Bedtime Stories with Sisters. Today we are reading The Scarecrows Wedding by Julia Donaldson. Does that name ring a bell? And Axel Treffler. This book is by the creators of The Gruffalo. I'm sure you know what The Gruffalo is. Maybe we'll read it next time. Or perhaps today. Now, let's read the blurb. Betty O'Barley and Harry O'Hay invite you to the best wedding ever, the best wedding yet, the wedding that no one will ever forget. A joy from the start to the finish, says the Daily Mail. Stickman, Superworm, Tiddler, Highway Rat, Zog, Scarecrow's Wedding, Tabby McTat. These are all wonderful books, and I'm surprised the Gruffalo isn't on here, but oh well. I'm so excited for the wedding, and let's jump right in. I can't wait. I would love being invited to weddings. What about you? Comment down below. Betty O'Barley and Harry O'Hay were scarecrows. They scared lots of crows every day. Oh, I'm sure they did. Harry loved Betty and Betty loved Harry. So Harry said, "Betty, my beauty, let's marry. Let's have a wedding, the best wedding yet. A wedding that no one will ever forget." Wow, the crows are going to be the #1 guests. Betty agreed, so they hugged and they kissed. How romantic. Then Betty said, "Harry dear, let's make a list." "Just as you say," answered Harry O'Hay. So they wrote down things they would need on the day. As you can see here, they're making the list, and this is the list. A dress of white feathers. Oh, how beautiful. A necklace of shells. Oh, what a surprise. That will look amazing on Betty, as she looks amazing anyway. Lots of pink flowers. Oh my God, the cherry on top. 2 rings, obviously, and some bells. Oh my God, how is that the cherry on top of the cherry? As you can see, they're going to get their things. Then Harry gave Betty O'Barley his arm, and the scarecrows set off on a hunt round the farm. They hadn't gone far when they spotted some geese. "Oh, geese, if you give us a feather apiece, you can come to our wedding, the best wedding yet, the wedding that no one will ever forget." I am sure I would love to go to their wedding, but we're practically at their wedding reading the book, because that's basically the exact same. Reading, just use your imagination, guys. "We will," honked the geese, and they each gave a feather. A spider friend offered to sew them together. Oh my God, silk! "Hooray!" cried the scarecrows. They hugged and they kissed. How romantic. And they hurried back home and cross-dressed off their list. Then Harry gave Betty O'Barley his arm, and they set off once more on their hunt round the farm. How romantic. This is the best couple ever. They hadn't gone far when some cows gathered round, and the bells round their necks made a wonderful sound. Ring-a-ding-ding, ring-a-ding-ding. "Oh, cows, will you please come and make your bells ring for our wonderful wedding, the best wedding yet, the wedding no one will ever forget." "Yes," mooed the cows. "We can tinkle our bells." Then a crab scuttled up with a necklace of shells. Some mice found 2 rings in a bin. They were certain the rings had belonged to an old farmhouse curtain. But, oh well, waste not, want not. People's trash is other people's treasure. "Hooray!" cried the scarecrows. They hugged and they kissed. Pink flowers are the only thing left on our list. I'm sure they'll find them. Then Harry said, "Betty, dear, I can find those. Why don't I pick some while you have a doze?" Pink flowers, buzzed a big stripy bee. Zzz. Bees are personally my favourite pollinators, apart from butterflies, of course, but I'm not sure about that. "I can find you a field of pink flowers. Follow me." You can see the bee is here, the sheep are here, the lighthouse, oh wonderful. And the butterflies are my favourite pollinator, and they're hugging here. The scarecrows are hugging here, pointing at the bee, because the bee is such a wonderful friend. So the bee led the way, and they travelled for hours till they came to a field full of pretty pink flowers. Harry stood thinking, "I won't keep them wet. I'll need to find water to keep their stalks wet." How thoughtful Harry is. "Just follow me," croaked a lumpy old toad. "There's a lovely wet pool at the top of this road." They climbed up the road. It was terribly sweet. You can see a lot of people are helping them. And the birds and the pool sign. I'm tired, said the toad, so they stopped for a sleep. The bats, the owls. Early next morning, they came to the pool. "This water," said Harry, "it's beautifully cool, but now I need something to carry it in, a jug or a vase or a cup or a tin." "I think I can help," said a small squirrely tail. "I can show you the way to a very fine pail." So the snail and the scarecrow set off on their way, but the snail was so slow it took more than a day. Oh, I feel bad. Betty was worried. "What happened to Harry? Where's the scarecrow? I'm planning to marry." The farmer came by with a frown on his face, and he made a new scarecrow to take Harry's place. "Oh no! What's going to happen to Harry?" "Good day," said the scarecrow. "I'm Reginald Rakes." He took Betty's hand and he gave it a shake. "Together," he told her, "we make a fine pair. You're really quite pretty, apart from your hair." Then he jumped in the tractor and told her, "Hop in, I'm a really fast driver. Let's go for a spin." But Betty said, "No, I must wait here for Harry. He is the scarecrow I'm going to marry. We're planning our wedding, the best wedding yet, the wedding that no one will ever forget." Reginald laughed. "You'll be waiting forever. Forget about Harry. I bet he's not clever." "I must be the cleverest scarecrow alive. I can sing lots of songs. I can dance. I can drive. I'm dashing. I'm daring. I'm as cool as can be. I can even blow smoke rings. Just watch me, and see." I don't think Betty is very happy with this guy dancing with her. And he took a big fat cigar from a packet the farmer has foolishly left in his jacket. "But smoking is bad for you," Betty explained. "Really, you ought to be feeling ashamed." Before I carry on with the book, I would just like to say that smoking is a very bad thing to do. I don't think any of you should be doing it. And vaping, do not do that because you could get lung cancer. And let's carry on with the book. "Don't be a fusspot," said Reginald Rake. "My smoke rings are staggering, make no mistake." He struck up a light and he tried hard to smoke, but straight away he started to splutter and choke. What happened next was completely unplanned. The lighted cigar tumbled out of his hand. Oh no. It fell to the ground and it started a fire. Betty screamed, "Help!" as the flames flickered higher. But Reginald Rake said, "I'd better be off," and he bounded away with a terrible cough. How dare Reginald Rake do that to my wonderful Betty? How dare he? Then suddenly who should appear on the farm but Harry O'Hay with a pail on his arm. "Betty!" cried Harry, "my own future wife." He poured the water and saved Betty's life. Then they picked up the flowers and they hugged and they kissed and they said, "Now that's everything crossed off the list." The list again for the perfect wedding, the wedding no one will ever forget. So Betty O'Barley and Harry O'Hay wed one another the very next day, and everyone, even the snail who was late, said, "Don't they look happy and don't they look great?" This they agreed as they sprinkled confetti, but Harry O'Hay and his beautiful Betty is the best wedding ever, the best wedding yet, the wedding no one will ever forget. For Ali and Chris and for Jerry and Teresa, Julia Donaldson. Remember, if you want any of these, just, put it in here in the comments. Anyway, remember to like and subscribe, and remember, one of the lessons in this book, as there are many, hope, never lose hope, and don't smoke. Anyway, bye!